All right, here we go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's me, Misunderstood, and this is the first ever episode of Storytime with Misunderstood. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for all of your love and support. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Helps me to reach the collective and to get my message and my stories out to people who want to hear them. So my story time is basically going to be me telling you guys all of my business for some likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. First things first, I'm trying to figure out, when did y'all start liking medium ugly men? No, I'll wait. When did y'all start liking? Because everybody knows me. You can ask any of my friends. I love a dark skin, medium ugly, thin. Because his waist needs to be no bigger than this. Man. And I do have a studio audience today, so if you guys hear them laughing, clap for yourselves, ladies. Yes, I have a studio audience today, so if you hear them laughing because they've never heard this story, just know it's as funny to them as it is to you guys. So yeah, I like medium ugly men. It's like everybody likes medium ugly men now, and I'm trying to figure out, when did that happen? Like, y'all used to like handsome men, pretty boy. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. They think they prettier than y'all. See? Y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. That's what I was doing. I did not like a man who thinks he's prettier than me. He needs to be attractive enough to be seen with me, but know that he's not prettier than me. Period. So, you know what? I understand why y'all liking it. I figured that out myself. Because they are in a princess era, ain't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so I moved to Oklahoma City. I was, there by myself, just doing some healing, doing some introspection, trying to figure out what I want to do in my life, where I want to go, what's going on. And once I felt like I was healed enough and I wanted to get out again, I went on a dating app. And as you guys know, and I've said plenty of times, excuse me, I am not opposed to a dating app. I feel like the same people that we meet when we go out, they're going to be on the dating apps, they're going to be at the grocery store, they're going to be everywhere. So I was on a dating app. I feel like it was a perfect way for me to meet someone, and I did. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm super, super, spiritual. I'm in the African spirituality. I am a spiritualist. I do spiritual work for myself and for others. I also do, tarot readings. I do divination, water, obsidian. I read the Black Mirror, things like that. Dreams, dream interpretations, things of that nature. So what I was praying for at the time was someone who possessed a Shango energy. And if you know anything about Shango, he's like Mr. Steal Your Girl. He's that guy, very fiery energy. Like, he knows he's that dude. He's, sexy, alluring, yet masculine. He has a warrior spirit. He ain't gonna take no shit. He's not gonna let you take shit. And that's what I was looking for, because my ex previous was not strong like that. And so that's something that I was craving. And so I was praying, talking to the gods, like, this is what I want. My Ori is one of his wives, and I wanted Shango. If you guys can guess, extra points if you can guess who my Ori is by me telling you that. So I wanted somebody who possessed that energy. Not that I was thinking I was going to find him online, but I knew that if I declared it and I spoke it out, and if I affirmed it, that he would come. And so I met Daniel. And I will be saying the men's names in all of these stories. They can't sue me for defamation because the stories are true. Yeah. So I met Daniel, and he was like 6'4", very medium ugly, dark skinned, just, he had this energy about him. Like, he knew he was sexy, yet masculine. He didn't take no shit. And I loved it. So we started dating, hanging out, going out, spending time together. And I really started to like him. So we started spending time inside. And I asked him one day, after we had been intimate, how you're laying up, just having a good time, body to body, skin to skin. I asked him, do you have children? And he's like, yeah, I have 2 children with a white girl, but I want you to have my first black child. What? I'm always turned off when a guy who has all of his children by a white woman says that he wants me to have his first black child. What do I deserve? How did you decide you were going to bestow such great honor on me? I really want to know. So we got to go Game of Thrones in their ass. Why? so I'm like, I don't want children, blah, blah, blah. I said it time and time again, I don't want kids. So I'm not interested in being your first baby mama to your black child. None of that. Good luck. So we continue to hang out, continue being intimate, having a good time. And one day, after a session, we're just sitting at the house, doing what we do. And I say, because he knew I was into spirituality, because some people in his family were as well. So he used to call me his mage. I love that. If you guys don't know what a mage is, it's like someone who can tell you things of intellect. They can read things for you. They can see things for you. So he used to call me his mage, although I had never done any work for him. So this particular day, I'm like, hey, do you want a reading? And he's like, yeah, sure, give me a reading. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm excited because the reading is my way of being nosy. Now, I am ethical. I'm not like you bitches who like to do love spells and all that stuff and kill him and all of that. You're going to pay for it, just so you know. I'm ethical. I only go in people's energy if they request, and I don't do love spells because you need to love yourself. He doesn't love you. If he wanted to be with you, he would. Ain't no amount of sticks and stones gonna change that. So I don't do love spells. I don't go in people's energy. So I asked him, would you like a reading? He said yes. So I proceed to read him, and I'm looking at the cards. The cards are looking at me, and I pulled, if you know anything about tarot, I pulled the Five of Wands and the Empress card. The Five of Wands talks about conflict, issues, things like that. So I'm seeing the Five of Wands and the Empress, and my head, it said, I said, what? It said, he got so many baby mamas and they fighting. I said, no, he don't, because he told me he only got 2 kids, but that white girl, that means 1 baby mama. So I jokingly, I'm just like, oh, this, my cards don't lie. And that's another thing. Don't doubt your fucking intuition, because my cards don't lie. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. So I said, I was like, hey, how many kids do you have? He said, you really want to know? I said, yeah, tell me. He said, I have 7 baby mamas and 11 children. And they all live together in the same home.
What?
Studio audience.
Whoa.
Yes.
Immediately
no. I was so taken aback because, for one, my cards don't fucking lie. They don't. And it came out clear as day. Your baby mamas, it's some conflict with your baby mothers. Because at first I had asked him, like, do you have somebody pregnant right now? Because sometimes the Empress card can be represented by a pregnant woman. But it wasn't given that he had somebody pregnant right now, but I just had to ask. There's conflict between you and these women. So he's like, yeah, I have 7 baby mamas and 11 kids. They all live in the same house. I had went to prison for a few years, so they decided that since I couldn't help them, they would band together like the Lollipop Gang and raise the kids together as like a sisterhood.
Oh,
yeah.
It's the cult of white.
The cult. It was a cult. It was very much a cult.
Ooh.
It was very much a cult, guys. And so I was sitting there like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, but I want you to have my first black baby. Hey! I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you. I banish you. I rebuke you. I have to go. If it wasn't for that thing where he possessed inside his pants. The monster. If it wasn't for the monster where it reside inside his pants, he would have been gone that day. He would have. But he wasn't. But he wasn't. Come on, don't act like it's only me. Don't act like it's only me, because you bitches be going for way worse, okay? Yes. And y'all be getting pregnant. At least. You know what I'm saying? At least I didn't take it that far. I never had a child with him. We carried on, for many moons. And then I left Oklahoma, and you know, and I just changed my energy. You know, my energy is, I don't fuck with you no more. That was already too much. I was really just still doing it at a point because I was in Oklahoma and I didn't know anybody else and I didn't want to fuck with anybody else. So now, you know, fast forward to now, one of those children has gotten into some legal issues and he called me trying to trauma dump and tell me about I don't want to hear none of that, baby. I can't get no dick. We're out of town. I don't want to hear about that. That's between you and your family, people. That's it. So, shout out to Daniel. It was a good time. And, yeah, and my cards don't lie. If you want to read, hit me up. Peace.